Columbus Catholic, Amherst. Amherst, Columbus Catholic. This is an audio test. Non-conference baseball ahead of us here in Rosholt as the Amherst Falcons win the coin toss, and they will be today's home team in this non-conference showdown between the Amherst Falcons and the visitors on the scoreboard, the Columbus Catholic Dons. Columbus comes in at now 15-1 overall, champions out of the Clover Belt East. Amherst 12-9 on the season, and they are 10-4, third place in the Central Wisconsin Eastern Conference. Division 4, Columbus Catholic, and Division 3, Amherst. And Jason Zaleski here alongside state basketball champion head coach Joe Konechny. Coach, what I want to reflect on first was 2 years ago, if you remember being here, against these Amherst Falcons, a walk-off grand slam home run. What were your memories of that day in a really classic high school baseball game?
Well, I remember the kid that hit it was a UW-Milwaukee commit, and
true.
He came up down 3 runs with the bases loaded, and I was up there saying, walk him, please walk him, which I know you don't do with the bases loaded, but we had limited pitching remaining, and I think Cole Timler was out there gutting it out, and the kid hit a ball about 710 feet, and it was a ball game. But it was 2 really good teams, and I think that's why Columbus comes here, is because you get to play 2 really good non-conference games. It's a beautiful day. Best concession stand in Wisconsin from what I can tell.
There you go.
And it's just a great day for baseball.
Jack Rozicki's producing our broadcast today. He confirms that. He said the cheeseburger was really good.
Oh, they had everything. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was just a classic game that'll live on for many years. Some of those kids that were here 2 years ago still playing today, sophomores, now seniors. You mentioned Cole Timler pitching. Blake Jacoby, I remember, was catching. And what I remember most, you talked about Ben at the time, a UW-Milwaukee product. He's since moved on from that. Kind of a one-handed swing, just showed the talent that he had. From whether pitching mound is where he went to Milwaukee to pitch, but from the plate, just kind of a natural-born baseball player. Blake catching was, I don't know, in disbelief, I guess is probably the best word I'll put it. You go back, I watched that highlight last night, just kind of refresh myself, and it's what I remembered because I was sitting right out there when it happened that day. Blake just stared at home plate when Ben touched it and just kind of turned and walked off the field.
I mean,
he just couldn't believe what happened,
Yeah, what do you do at that point? But I think that game actually helped Columbus later in that season. Amherst was an undefeated team, state caliber program, and they had them down 5-2.
Yep.
Probably gave them some belief later on in the season.
Yep, it sure did. Both teams went on and made a state appearance later, just a few weeks later, as a matter of fact. All right, for Columbus Catholic, batting order looks like this. Blake Jacoby, Matt Konechny, Emmett Konechny, Cy Becker, Carter Summer, Carson Eckes, Devlin Timler, Ray Becker, and Nate Nemitz. First pitch misses. Pitching for the Amherst Falcons is Eli Bohm. I watched Amherst in person last night. They were beat by a previously 3-win team in the Nakusa Papermakers. For Amherst, a game they wanted to forget right away, and for them, 15, 16 hours later, get to be back out here and playing. That's really the best thing you could do after just having an abysmal game like they had last night. 9-1, I think it was the final. Again, Nakusa only had a couple wins on the year, playing at home, and just had a game to forget. So they look to turn it around here. They will play, obviously playing now, they'll play Rosholt after to finish up this triangular. Jack Rozicki back on the microphone. Scheduled first pitch at 3 o'clock for that game. And we are about 14 minutes behind here, but that's to be expected when you've got all these games going on. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the shortstop, Jacoby. It was an 11-1 win, Columbus Catholic over Rosholt just moments ago. Again, moving the Dons' record to 15-1 on the season. Jacoby reaches out, sends this one into left field. Pesky there, and makes the catch. Ethan Pesky for the first out of the game. And here is today's catcher, Matt Konechny. Max started the game, took the win for the Dons in last game, and then as Carson Eckes came in relief, Mac went behind the plate, put the catching gear back on. Coach, that seems to be his favorite position this year.
I think so. I think they need him to be back there. But he swung it well too.
Well, swinging well here. It's a 1-out base hit for the Dons and Konechny. So
I think a big key to this team is Jacoby's really started to get going these last few games, and when he starts to hit line drives, they're a different group.
Well, he's got speed on the base paths and a real knack for getting a good jump off of first base. And he steals a lot of bases. So I agree with you totally there. Got to have your leadoff guy on base, and he's the guy for that job. Here's today's starting pitcher, Emmett Konechny. So we'll see Mac. We saw Mac, and there's Emmett back up the box. Back-to-back base hits for the Dons. Emmett with a home run in this morning's game. Ball misplayed out there, and Emmett is going to be called out at second. Runner does advance to third. Did they bring in a courtesy runner, Coach, for Mac? I didn't see.
They did not.
Okay, so Mac gets to run the bases here, but so the throw came in from left field, so 7-4 on the putout as Emmett was pushing the envelope there, maybe just a bit. And here's the first baseman, Cy Becker. But I was just beginning to say, here comes the runner. We'll get, with 2 outs, we'll take the catcher off the field. We'll bring Drew Lang in to run for Konechny. Emmett with just an absolute blast in the 7th inning. To my understanding, second home run of the year, and I think I've seen them both in person.
I think he had one against Auburndale.
Yeah, that's the other one I'm talking about. Yep. So in a suspended game that didn't get finished, so I'm not sure if that goes on the official stats or not. I don't think it does, actually.
I have no idea. I think if you ask Cade Weinfurter from Auburndale, he would tell you it does not count.
Right.
I think if you asked Emmett, he will tell you it does count. So.
Yeah, game was suspended. Forces were attempting to do that the following weekend. It just didn't work out. So they played an inning and a half or so before Lightning and Auburndale a couple of Saturdays ago during orange juice and donut time in the morning. So with 2 outs, as I said, first baseman here, Cy Becker. Cy, to me, Coach, certainly the energy of this team.
He is. He's a kid that's always talking.
Looper is going to get down, and an RBI for Becker and the Dons. Yeah, he's talking. On base now, we'll see. He's an agitator out there on the bases, which is certainly, I would even say for me, an encouraged part of the game, right? Tried to rattle the infielders and the pitcher.
Well, as long as it's not verbal stuff or disrespectful, I don't,
and it's not
I
at
don't
all.
mind it.
There's Carter Summer. Yeah, Cy is he's just active out there, right? Bouncing around.
He is active for sure.
Yeah, which is what you want to see, and that's why I say he's the energy player for me on this team. And you can, guys look to him for that energy when maybe things are a little bit low, and Cy's going to get everybody whipped back into a frenzy. That one blocked down by the catcher, Noah Spolstra today, catching for the Falcons. Columbus Catholic managed by Jared Kresselt. The Falcons are managed by Bill Held. As we said earlier, both teams a state appearance 2 years ago. Roller over to second, fielded by A.J. O'Brien and tossed over to Marcus Kennedy in time for the final out of a somewhat busy top half here as the Dons score one, they leave one. It'll be the Amherst Falcons coming to bat right after this on Zaleski Sports.
Hi, I'm Shai from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step, because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
Chili Implement, located just west of Marshfield in Chili, is your Kubota dealer in central Wisconsin. Big or small, Chili Implement has all the best equipment waiting for you. From farm tractors to lawn care, plus work and have fun in a Kubota side-by-side. Choose Chili Implement for your parts and service too. Chili Implement, open Monday through Saturday to serve you and 24/7 online at chiliimplement.com. For the Falcons in the bottom of the first inning. Tell you what, I didn't do this earlier. Let's go through the Falcons starting lineup. In left field, leading off, Ethan Pesky. Eli Bohm pitching, batting second. A.J. O'Brien at second, bats third. Noah Spolstra catching, bats in the cleanup spot. Mike Ledowski is the shortstop. He bats fifth. Sully Perkins in center field, batting sixth. Marcus Kennedy at first base, bats seventh. In the eighth spot is the third baseman Luke Hoffman, and the DH is Gage Gladowski. Not batting and playing right field, Landon Wenzel for manager Bill Held. And again, Emmett Konechny pitching for the Dons as this bottom of the first is underway. And a big rip from Pesky. Thanks to Julie for watching today's game. And now Julie gets to watch all of it. We're doing a little bit of training today, Julie, so I know you can appreciate that. We'll get you squared away. We do appreciate you letting us know. Ball and a strike to Pesky. Pesky was yesterday's starting pitcher for the Falcons. As I mentioned, Amherst only had one run, so he didn't get much offensive help, but did take the loss yesterday against Nakusa. The 1-2 from Konechny. Bounces in for ball two.
Emmett pitched on Wednesday, and I think Jacoby injured an ankle about a week and a half ago at Gilman, and it kind of threw their rotation into a little bit of confusion. They had a really nice thing going with Emmett, Blake, Mack, and I don't think Blake's pitched since he rolled the ankle, and some other guys have been busier.
We wind down the regular season here today for the Dons. Next action after this will be a home playoff game. Plum City Elwood comes to town on Tuesday. The 2-2. Columbus Catholic, the 4 seed in, what did we say earlier? Division 4, Section 3. So starting at home against Plum City Elwood. The game will be broadcast on Zaleski Sports, played at Safford Field. That's on the campus of Marshfield Senior High School, so make your plans accordingly. 2-2 stays high. Full count now to the Falcons' leadoff hitter, left fielder Ethan Pesky. We know a first pitch time yet for Tuesday.
5 o'clock.
5 p.m. There we go. This one is hit Left field, Becker, long run in fair territory. Makes a bit of a jump at the end there and brings it in for the first out of the inning. It's an adventure over there because you got to run up the hill in that left field corner. And Becker did it with a little hop at the end.
And he's a freshman, and he's probably had 4 or 5 catches this year where you're not quite sure it's going to land in the glove, but he's come up with just about every one. He's done a heck of a job.
No style points on the out. Here's Eli Bohm, today's Falcons starting pitcher. Like I said, it's even more an adventure. You get about 15 feet from the foul line, and you start having to run uphill out there. It's an interesting configuration. Been like this in Amherst for 80 years out here at this ballpark. Configured just like that.
What's the major league park that has a hill in center field? Is that Houston?
Well, Houston, I'm not sure. I think, though, they removed it. I think a couple of years ago that got flattened out there. Because they had, not only did they have the hill in center field, but they had 2 flagpoles in play.
Yeah.
I don't know what the point of that was, but first 10, 15 years of Minute Maid Park, that's what they had. Strike called, and 3 balls and a strike now to the pitcher, Bohm. Yeah, I don't know what the idea was there other than trying to get some guy's bell rung running into a flagpole in center field. I think it was Merrill years ago had a light pole also in the outfield. That's since been remedied. Strike 3 called. Bohm goes down looking. That's a Jamie Wenzel Serve Pro strikeout. Call Jamie Wenzel at Serve Pro for the number 1 choice in cleanup and restoration. So Emmett there, coach, battled back 3-1 to strike out.
He did. I think he got a little bit of help from the hitter. Chased ball 4 with a 3-1 count.
There you go. There's A.J. O'Brien. For me, these guys are all the Falcons all wearing different numbers. They wore their 1980 jerseys last night, their throwback jerseys, and whatever jerseys were printed 24 years ago had completely a different numbering system. So everybody on this team had different numbers yesterday for my first game seeing them, and then I get to call them the next day with a whole different group of numbers. But a throwback. They're trying to increase jersey sales over in Amherst.
We had a set about 25 years ago. I found them downstairs. It was DON''S.
All right.
Like we were playing for some guy named Don.
Don, yeah, it's Don's team. Yeah, here's the 1-2. I mean, was there a Father Don at the time? I mean,
I
maybe,
don't believe so. I believe that was a misprint.
Okay. Because that could have been the only explanation, right?
A Don is a knight. It's not the corner bar.
The priest at the time was Don. I'd like to see you wear them, though.
I don't know what we did with them.
Oh, okay. Full count with 2 outs to the second baseman, A.J. O'Brien. Here's Konechny, and the pitch. Skipped it in, and a 2-out walk issued to the Falcons' second baseman. That's a good story, Coach. That's a good one. So your JV team, their jerseys look pretty snappy, though. The white stripe block across the front with, I think it was Columbus written across the front.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, those are pretty snappy. Were those your prior varsity jerseys?
Yes.
Yeah, okay,
Coach
that's
Krasselt,
what I thought.
I will give Coach Krasselt a ton of credit. He is very up-to-date on what's cool.
Well, these are nice-looking varsity jerseys for sure. And but the JV jerseys now are nice, too. Here's a pass ball that will send O'Brien down to second. .80-ish degrees here on this Saturday afternoon. Again, first pitch came in at around 12:42. Advertised time 12:30, but game prior went just a tick longer than what they expected. And likely this one will go a tick longer than what they expected, and we will have some other start time later. This one driven to deep left field. Off of the fence goes Noah Spoelstra. Spoelstra, a RBI double as he blasted off the fence right down the left field line.
That ball looked like it might leave off the bat.
It was struck very well. You know, every year people will ask me all kinds of stuff, and during the baseball season, People seem to ask me why there aren't many home runs in high school baseball. Well, for one, you've got to have the batting skills to be able to do something like that. But the other important ingredient to hitting a home run, especially at the high school level, is you also need to find a home run pitch coming in, and those are difficult to find too.
Yeah, and I think velocity helps.
Oh, yeah.
If a kid's throwing 80, 85, you got a much better chance of getting one out of the yard than 70 miles an hour.
Right, and that pitch has got to be in the strike zone and all those kind of things, and just it's kind of a magic combination at the high school level. Big rip there from the shortstop, Mike Gladowski. Fouled back. So we're tied at 1 here in the first. Columbus RBI from Cy Becker. Falcons answer back with an RBI from Noah Spolstra. And already this Falcon team looks 100 times better than they did yesterday. Maybe it was those 1980 shirts they had to wear. Bad news for him. Pass ball will send Spolstra to third. A couple of pass balls here for Mack. And I said Spolstra, there's actually a runner down there. Do you know who number 3 is, Jack, for your Falcons? Dylan Cook. There we go. So Cook running. Get Spolstra, the catcher, back in the dugout. Get ready with 2 outs to catch the top of the second. Ball and 2 strikes to the shortstop, Gladowski. Julie here. See? Julie says thank you. That's kind of one of the tricks to that job over there, Jack. You disappoint them early, and then you dazzle them later. This one hit in the air, shallow left field. Jacoby walks back and brings it in for the final out of the inning. But again, the Falcons get the run. Noah Spolstra, a big blast off the fence down the left field line, and that scores A.J. O'Brien, and we leave the first.
Printer, jam.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fear, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
All right, top of the second inning, Carson Eckes, Devlin Timler, and Ray Becker as the Dons go 6, 7, 8 in the order today. Probably supposed to read through some ads here in this game. Bet somebody probably paid for some. See if I can. Here, I got him here. Trevor did send me. He sent me everything I need. Marshfield Dairy Fest is May 31st. Check out marshfieldchamber.com for all the details. See you in Marshfield for a fun-filled season. That's 13 days from now, right? 18th? Yeah. So 2 Fridays from now, the Mayor's Breakfast starts it all off at around 5:30 in the morning. Marshfield Fairgrounds. Eckes reaches out and places that one into right center. A leadoff base runner for the Dons.
That was a nice piece of hitting by the freshman.
Just stuck the bat out there, got it in the zone. Sometimes that's all you have to do. The DH, Devlin Timler. That's what they tell me in golf. Jason, just make contact with it, and I try to hit it 400 yards every time, and it doesn't go well. I don't trust what they're saying, that I don't need to swing hard. Swing there and a miss from Timler. Again, pitching, if you're just joining us, pitching for the Falcons, Eli Bohm.
Dons have faced a lot of lefties this year.
Well, hopefully come playoff time, the other teams bring lefties with them. Then you're ready. When do, you've obviously been to a playoffs every year of your coaching career. State championship, congratulations again, Coach,
Thank you.
back in March. When do you go about it? In a setting like this, you got your last regular season game on a Saturday. This will be set right field side, and that's going to get down right inside the line, tucked in nicely by Timler. And runners on first and second now for the Dons. But, last regular season game is now. Playoffs on Tuesday. As a basketball coach, when did you start going about the process of getting ready for that playoff team?
Well, I think we start really early in the season. We kind of know going in who the top teams are. Baseball to me is a different animal just from a pitching standpoint because the guy on the mound is capable of changing the game or changing your game plan. Do you get a team the second game of regionals or the second game of sectionals, and are you going to see their best guy? And then as a manager or coach, when do you throw your best kid? Do you try to save them for a regional final or a sectional final and risk not getting there? Mm-hmm. Last year, we had a team in the Clover Belt that I think it was Regis, defending state champs, and they had a Texas commit, and they did what a lot of people would do, and they tried to save them. Well, now you're down early, and never got to use them like they wanted to. So I think it's a lot harder in baseball.
Yeah, you hear those stories because those are the heartbreakers. As Ray Becker sends this one straight away center, playable, backing up 3 steps and under it for the out is Sully Perkins. You hear about them because they're the disappointing stories that everybody, that word kind of spreads fast sometimes, but it's a senior, what you're talking about, a senior that you're saving for the next game, and you save him, end up for never because he's never coming back to your school.
Right. Well, sometimes it doesn't work out like it should, and you got to get lucky too.
Yep.
That's what we learned this last year. Is you can knock on the door a lot, but sooner or later the ball has to bounce your way a few times if you want to win the whole thing.
Yeah, momentum can be a big advantage in baseball and can be a real dream killer. And before you know it, you're up 5-6 runs, and then the whole thing falls out from under you. It all unravels. That's the way the ball bounces, and quite literally in the game of baseball. Nate Nemitz off the handle, right field side. This is in foul territory, and it actually comes back into fair territory. They'll have a force play at second. Again, the runners just didn't have any choice there, and Timler was the closest force out for what turned out to be the second baseman, A.J. O'Brien. So O'Brien guns down Timler. Nemitz on the fielder's choice. Wind kind of blowing out a little bit, maybe back in. We've seen a couple now. Looked like they were going to land in foul territory, come back in inside the fair. Yeah, foul line down there. All right, so runners on first and third, back to the top of the order with Blake Jacoby. And Jacoby back up the box. It's going to be a 2-out RBI for Blake Jacoby. And, Coach, that's exactly what you were telling us about. Blake is starting to turn it on here at all the right time.
Yeah, he's a difference maker. And I think he'd be the first to tell you he probably didn't hit the ball like he's capable the first 10, 12 games of the season. But the last 4 or 5, he has been a key component.
So here's the catcher, Matt Konechny, who to me has been consistent all year long. He's just had a really nice season as a sophomore here for these Dons. Does all the dirty work behind the plate, or at least the lion's share of it. Hits well. Has had a nice season from the mound. It's been an all-around top player for the Dons here in 2024. Already with a base hit in this game. Off and running is Nemitz. The throw down is in time. The tag is down. And under was Nemitz, though. Nemitz able to get his right foot in. And Falcons manager Bill Held says the ball was there 4 feet before he got there.
The ball did beat him. I'm not sure what caused the safe call, but if you're Nathan, you take it. And kind of new life here for the Dons.
Yeah, our base umpire was about 15 feet away. We're a good 120 feet away, so he's got the best view here. This one is launched by Matt Konechny, left center, going back. That's going to hop off the wall. 1 run is in. Nemitz is in. Here comes Jacoby. A 2 RBI double for Matt Konechny. The Don's run chant from the dugout. Hip, hip, hooray.
Big 2-out hit. Now how big is
huge.
that stolen base call?
Yeah, you're right.
Could have ended the inning, and
Yep.
the next pitch is a double for 2 more runs.
Yep, and that Falcons dugout now feels extra stung by that call.
That's why I do not umpire or officiate.
Well,
God bless the people that do.
God bless them. Is exactly that's all. That's it right there.
Thankless deal that is.
There's Emmett Konechny. Yeah, you got to have really thick skin, and you have to have the mentality that not only do I not care what these people are saying, I'm not even listening to what they're saying, and that is a learned ability to tune somebody out. I do it with my wife every now and then, but I haven't learned how to do it with anybody else. So I'm with you, Coach. That is a job not for me. So Emmett, roller over to second. O'Brien has it and tosses to Kennedy for the final out of the inning, but a productive inning for the Dons. They score 3, including the 2-out, 2 RBI double from Matt Konechny. Columbus leads it 4-1 on Zaleski Sports.
Hello, I'm Jenny Shaner, Realtor, Next Home Hub City. If you're a first-time home buyer or seller, or you've been around the block, because of my experience, I'm able to help you in the most efficient way. I'm a full-time, full-service realtor. I focus on my clients 100%. Let's work together as a team for a win in your next real estate transaction.
It's Milwaukee Spring Demo Days at Hiller's True Value in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center. Find huge savings, store-wide promotions, hourly giveaways, and a brat fry on Friday and Saturday. Receive a free M18 Fuel Bear tool when you purchase a 2-pack of M18 6.0 batteries. And purchase any Milwaukee tool and get 5% back instantly. During Milwaukee Spring Demo Days, 2 days only, Friday and Saturday, May 17th and 18th. At Hiller's True Value in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center.
Back here in Rosholt, triangular today. Columbus Catholic, Rosholt, and Amherst. An SCS apartment is where you want to live, work, and play all throughout the central Wisconsin, the Chippewa Valley, and the Fox Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. Visit scswiderski.com for more. Jason Zaleski alongside Joe Konechny here, bottom of the second. Sully Perkins, Marcus Kennedy, and Luke Hoffman as the Falcons go 6, 7, 8 in the order.
And if the Dons, you want a quick one, follow up a big inning with a quick defensive effort and get right back up to the plate.
You know, you kind of think back, Coach, to some of your summer basketball days where you're playing multiple games on the same day, and that's what's going on here. And I'm sure if you're Jared Kressel, you're pleased with the early lead because you just played a full game, and now you got to have enough gas to make it to the end of this one.
Yeah, and it's probably the warmest day of the year. I don't know that we've had an 80-degree day to this point.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm the catcher or the pitcher right now, a little warmer than I'm used to.
Yeah, Falcons just off the bus about an hour and a half ago. A little more fresh, maybe.
But these kids are a lot better conditioned than you and I, Jason. No offense.
No, 100%. Yeah, I think I would have made it 3 innings in the first game. It would have tapped out. Here's Perkins with a drive to left center. This one going back and gone. A home run for Sully Perkins.
That ball was crushed.
They don't call him the best color man in the business for nothing.
Fly ball caught.
Oh yeah, I mean that was an absolute blast there, and I just mentioned Amherst, fresh. Must have took some good cuts in BP for did Perkins. Connected with it. We talked about that earlier in the game. In order to hit a home run in high school baseball, you need to have a home run pitch, and certainly Emmett is capable. He's a high quality pitcher, so he's able to throw pitches that are needed to hit home runs, and Perkins just squared it up. Again, wind blowing out-ish. Kind of swirling a bit, but right now the flag's pointed straight to center field. So Marcus Kennedy try to follow that up. And going back to my talk from 2002, Dons have likely seen enough Falcons home runs.
Yes, this one a little less painful than 2 years ago. But the game is young.
The game is young. Second inning, 4-2 now. Solo home run from Perkins. Jack Rosicki to my right was cheering as Perkins launched that one. Play-by-play voice of the Amherst Falcons. You'll get Jack back on the microphone next game against Rochelle. Full count now to the first baseman, Kennedy. And a walk. So home run followed by a walk. And the Falcons feeling good here about this second inning. Here's the third baseman, Luke Hoffman. Hey, gang, big day at Hiller's True Value today. Milwaukee Tool demo days are going on right now in Marshfield. Plus, come hungry and support Columbus Catholic Schools with hot dog and brat sale going on right now. Sign up to win hourly prizes and get great deals on Milwaukee Tools through the weekend. It's Milwaukee Tool demo days at Hiller's True Value in Marshfield. And, you know, this can be said about a few different businesses, Joe, in town, but, I mean, Hiller's just a great supporter of local events all through the Marshfield community for decades now.
Yeah, for a long time, and the stuff they do with the 4th of July, and, I mean, anytime the community needs something, those people do it, and it's kind of what Marshfield's all about.
In the summer of 2020, spring, actually, sports got shut down that year, all varieties, and we were looking for things to do. Had a few guys that wanted to stick around, and if they could work, we were looking for ways to make that happen. And the golf courses opened up late April-ish. And so we're like, all right, well, we're a sports broadcast company. We'll go, let's see if we can set up at the par 3 at Marshfield Country Club and put some guys to work and show some golf. You know, a lot of people were at home now for the first time in their lives working and looking for some entertainment during their lunch break or what have you. 2-2 to Hoffman. And so we went out, and what we found out at a golf course, 2 major things missing for what we do, power and internet. There's no outlets on a golf course to plug things into. And Hiller's donated a gas generator for us. Strikeout there as Hoffman goes down swinging. So, yeah, Phil said, hey, we support your cause. Here's a generator. Go use it for as long as you want out there. So we got power that way.
You mentioned the demo days today. You know, they allow our school to do a brat fry, where all the proceeds go to our youth athletics and our young teams, and they're just all about helping, which is really, really kind of them.
Gladowski's bouncer is fielded by Becker for the second out. Kennedy does move to third on the ball hit to the right side of the infield. Yeah, and then the internet, Country Wireless, went out and they dug a hole at the hole, put a post in it, and then put a satellite dish on it for us, and we were able to get high-speed internet out there at the golf course.
Were you able to catch a video of Jesse Jacobson?
Oh, yeah.
Hitting tee shots?
Yes, yes. Yeah, it didn't look good.
Oh, it can at times. I've seen him hit it far. But he always entertaining, that's for sure.
Very entertaining, Yeah, no, he and he too, right? Said, yeah, come on out to our golf course and let's let you keep these guys employed.
Another guy that if you ask him for anything for young people, just steps up and does it.
2 balls and a strike to the leadoff hitter Ethan Pesky. Pesky flew out to left. Back in the first inning, this one hit straight up now behind home plate. Konechny and had to reach back for it. Again, that wind is blowing this ball around here a little bit.
Had a hard time finding it.
So we had it turned out to be a really great summer that year, broadcasting golf from both Marshfield Country Club and River Edge. What we found out by the end of the summer, Coach, this is kind of fascinating to me. People were coming out and paying for 9 holes of golf. They were skipping ahead just to the hole we were at. They would golf that hole, and then they would come back home and watch themselves. They're playing a whole. They paid for a whole 9 holes just to watch themselves on TV when they got back home.
Yeah, and to be honest, if I was them, I wouldn't want to be on TV either.
All right, strikeout swinging. Jamie Wenzel, Surf Pro strikeout ends the second inning. 2 in the books. Columbus Catholic leads it 4-2 on Zaleski Sports. Join us for Marshfield's Dairy Fest. Friday, May 31st is the Mayor's Breakfast, 5:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. At 5 p.m., head to Columbia Park for family-friendly entertainment. Also, enjoy free live music at the Wenzel Family Plaza. Saturday, June 1st, the parade starts at 11 a.m. In the afternoon, the Pie and Ice Cream Social is at Upham Mansion. Nuts Deep 2 will be hosting outdoor beverage garden with live music. For more information, visit marshfieldchamber.com.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC, and I'm standing in our all-new Express Lane. Open now, no appointment necessary. Stop on in and get things like oil changes, filters, quick lubes. No appointment necessary. See you soon.
BBD Sports Shop is your one-stop headquarters for everything outdoors this summer. They have turkey calls, decoys, and more from HS Strut, Mojo, and Woodhaven. Food plot seed and mineral from Big & J, Real Deal, Big Time, and Whitetail Magic. And a wide variety of Big Bear Down scent sprays and bear bait. By the bag, by the barrel, and by the truckload. 2 convenient Wisconsin locations or online at BigBearDown.com.
Top of the third inning, Dons lead at 4-2 here on Zaleski Sports. Jason Huckleberry here, joined by Joe Huckleberry, Cy Becker, Carter Summer, and Carson Eckes. All due up for the Dons here, top of the third inning. Right
Huckleberry.
In the meat of the order.
You mean like the book Huckleberry Finn?
Just any Huckleberry that you can ever think of. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Yeah, cha-ching for the Dons. Here's Cy Becker.
Yeah, here he is. Had a single. Base hit back in the first inning. That one skips in. The pitcher, Eli Bohm, getting warmed up yet here in this inning. BBD Sports Shop is your one-stop headquarters for everything outdoors this summer. Shop 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations in Cadott and Abbotsford or online at BigBearDown.com.
Becker 1 for 1, singled in the first.
Let's go, Cy. Come on, kid.
Another one skips in from Bohm. I look at his effort in that first game, 2 for 4 in the first game. So Becker getting the job done from the cleanup spot. A couple of bouncers from Bohm. Here's the 2-0. Becker takes a stab at it. Slow roller to third. Becker down the line and beats it out. Infield single for Cy Becker.
Becker rolled over it. Third baseman's playing deep, and he was able to beat it.
Yep, nice throw from Luke Hoffman, but Becker just with wheels down the first base line. Here's the Dons' third baseman, Carter Summer. Looking at the Amherst dugout, manager Bill Held. A little bit different coaching style than a lot of coaches you'll see. Always standing outside the dugout. A lot of coaches, when their team's in the field, they'll take a break, take a seat. Coach Held never leaves his feet during a game. Always standing, walking, or running. Baseball guy through and through, even in the dead of winter. Bill's talking about baseball to everybody. All right, Bill, man, just give it up. We're out here watching basketball, Bill. Zip it up for a while. Summer hits this one in the air, right field, playable, and brought in for the first out of the inning by the right fielder Landon Wenzel, and there is one away.
Summer has hit his last 2 at-bats. He's hit some fly balls hard. Another really good-looking freshman for the Dons. And speaking of that, we have Carson Eckes.
There you go. Yeah, freshmen are holding up their end of the bargain this season for sure. Talked to some of the boys on... What is today, Saturday? Must have been on Thursday or Wednesday over in Loyal. Sorry, we had a Wednesday resumed game over there, and talked to, after the Dons cleaned up the Loyal Greyhounds and won the Clover Belt Eastern Conference, talked to all the seniors on the team. We talked about those first, 49, 50 years of Dons baseball, and it was a struggle. But now, 2 of the last 3 years, conference champions, and a really nice year last year as well. And I just kind of asked those boys, what was the difference? What's changed around here? And they said they just really enjoy playing with and for each other. And these freshmen have that to look up to. It's good leadership.
I think there's some people locally that have really helped with the youth program. Coach Krasseltz is pretty close with the Varsho family. They run a spring league that a number of these guys came up in. And I think it's just the coach putting a little bit of time into the youth and getting kids excited. At a small school, you're always going to have a mix, and to see freshmen and seniors competing together is kind of a cool thing.
No balls, 2 strikes to Eckes. Outside. Eckes not chasing. Yeah, Summer, Eckes, Becker. I mean, they're not just contributors. They are key parts of this team. Here's the 1-2 from Bohm. After a bit of an extended look at Becker, actually tosses over to first. But Becker back in time. Bring your friends or meet new friends at Poor Choices in Marshfield. Come out for Paul and Tom, a live band playing the second Saturday every month. Why make a bad decision when you can make a poor choice? I don't know if that's really great advice, but sounds like something. That's a great tagline. This one ripped down the line and fair. That's going to get to the warning track. Rounding second for third is Becker. He'll be held up there. No, he won't. The ball misplayed coming back in, and Becker will score. And the Dons lead it 5-2. Falcons not able to find the cutoff.
How'd you score that, Jason?
Well, it's an error on whoever bobbled it coming in. I've got a corner of the building here in my way. Probably the second baseman is who bobbled it coming back in. Just a misplay out there. But anyway you score it, Dons lead it 5-2. And again, more credit to this team's energy player, Cy Becker. I mean, he hustled all the way to third and made a nice turn, and as that ball was misplayed, it was an easy trot into home. You know, a lot of guys, it doesn't happen because they're rolling into third base rather than running through the bag.
Yeah, he's always hustling, and whatever he does, he goes hard.
So Devlin Timler singled and scored an inning ago. Again, Dons scored 3 in the second. Timler one of those. 1 ball, 1 strike to the Dons DH. 1 out in the inning. Eckes on second. This one hit in the air, straightaway left field. Looking forward is Pesky. Has it, and that is out number 2. Eckes will stay at second. Another high fly ball hit here in this game. Turn now to the left fielder, Ray Becker. Hit one of those high fly balls to center field last inning.
Ray caught last game. Jacoby, I think, is the normal catcher when Mac pitches, but with the ankle, they had to find somebody else, and Ray stepped up, freshman behind the plate. He did a great job.
This one bounces to O'Brien, takes it in, and tosses over to Kennedy for the final out of the inning. The Dons have scored in all 3 here in this one as we move to the bottom of the third. Columbus Catholic 5, Amherst 2 on Zaleski Sports.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
they, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed. It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Dons lead at 5-2, bottom of the third upcoming. Felker Brothers of Marshfield, a leading manufacturer of stainless steel products, congratulates student-athletes across central Wisconsin on your accomplishments both on and off the courts and fields. Your commitment to excellence and succeed is an example for all. Best of luck this season from Felker Brothers of Marshfield. The Falcons go 2-3-4 in the order. Eli Bohm, A.J. O'Brien, and Noah Spolstra. The Falcons mysteriously are missing a Huckleberry from their lineup. But maybe there's a Huckleberry coming off the bus late, can join the team. You know, in all seriousness, Coach, I visited Yellowstone out in Wyoming a couple of years ago. Had a great time out there. Old Faithful and, you know, all the things that are out there. And the thing that is big, and this is not a joke, although I know there's something else going on with this word right now, but it reminds me that they're, like, our flavor around here is cheese curds, right? That's our thing. Out there, it's huckleberry. It's an actual thing. Yeah, and they flavor different things with huckleberry, you know, candy and drinks, and I mean it's very popular out there. Everybody on the menu, you go to a restaurant, they got 6 or 7 huckleberry things, items. It's and it tastes good. Yeah, a lot do. Yeah, if you ever get a chance to head out to Yellowstone, make sure you do that. The other thing to know about it is what we found out. I mean, it is a very large park. I mean, it is, you know, it's hundreds of square miles. And you drive from Old Faithful up the road to the next thing that you want to see. I mean, it's an hour, you know, and then you drive to the next thing. It's another hour. But it's a great time. So you remember, it's just a...
Relatives in Montana, we drove south, and beautiful place.
Yeah, just it's a wide area, though, a lot to see. There's a base on balls issued to Bohm. And a big bopper here, A.J. O'Brien. O'Brien at second base today, caught last night's game. And that a 9-1 or so, I think that was the score, 9-1 loss to Nakusa. Looking to get back on the winning side today. It's just like Columbus. Amherst playoffs begin on Tuesday. Amherst Falcons drew the 7 seed. So they would get Tuesday's home game. And then Shiocton, the 2, has the bye and awaiting the winner from Tuesday. Shiocton's been a thorn in the side of Amherst for years. Baseball and other sports, but baseball in particular. Shiocton conference champs in 2024 out of the Central Wisconsin East. Swept Amherst in the regular season. But first things first, you get 2 games here to get yourself ready for Tuesday playoff action.
Amherst, in my opinion, has the most beautiful football stadium in the area. And I think a big part of it is there's no track around it. They kept the track over by the old field.
Yep.
And it reminds me a lot of Beal Stadium, where the fans are close to the action, and it's just a great place to watch a game.
Yep, brand new, essentially brand new stadium. I think it opened in 16, but you know, so that's pretty new. It was a 3-1. And back-to-back walks given to the Falcons to start the third. Now here's Noah Spolstra. RBI double back in the first inning for Spolstra, who handles the catching duties today for Bill Held. Oops. Spolstra, a 3-sport athlete over at Amherst. A number of these guys are. Two walks to lead off the third, and now 2-0 to the catcher Spolstra. And Emmett having some trouble finding the strike zone here in the third inning. Should get an unobstructed shot at the strike zone here. Spolstra likely to keep bat on his shoulder. And does. And right down, what do we have out there? Highway 66 for a strike. I think we're technically on Park Street here, though. 3 balls and a strike to Spolstra. And Konechny has walked the bases full here in the third. Well, Coach, we're not going to get the quick inning that they were probably hoping for. And
no,
we're
and I
going to
give
get a meeting on
Amherst
the mound.
credit. They've been extremely patient, and he's had a lot of full counts, and they're not giving in.
We got a meeting on the mound. We'll tell you about the sports scene of Marshfield. They are your official fanwear store for player jerseys, hats, autographed memorabilia, and more. Sports scene. Up the stairs from World Buffet in the Marshfield Mall. Also at Bakerville Sports Bar. Make your plans for your next event at Bakerville Sports Bar on County Highway B in Marshfield. It's the perfect spot for parties, families, class reunions, whatever you have. And a great spot for groups of any size. Bakerville Sports Bar wants to host your next event. Coach, you had a great event out there a couple weeks ago. Community rallying behind you and your family. We had dueling pianos. And Bakerville, great spot for that. I hope everybody had a good time.
It was. I think everybody had a great time. Obviously, we were very grateful, but a very fun night for everybody that was there.
Chance to kind of go out and let loose. For some, the first kind of spring night out. A lot of folks in the winter in Wisconsin kind of stay in. So everybody went out and had a nice time. Here's Mike Gladowski, and Emmett starts him out with a strike. Likely what manager Jared Kressel told him. Just throw it right down the middle. And wild pitch, but the backstop not very far back. You got about 15 feet, and Bohm stays on the bag at third. So Emmett slow walk back to the mound, kind of going through his mental mechanics here on what I need to do here on the 1-1. Bases loaded, nobody out. And strike on the inside corner. So Konechny ahead now for the first time here this inning. 1 ball and 2 strikes to, again, the shortstop, Mike Gladowski. Here's the 1-2. That one is rolled towards short. They go to third for 1. And Summer may have got a cleat on that right foot, but Jacoby tosses to Summer for the out. It is an RBI, though, for Mike Gladowski as Eli Bohm touches the plate, and 5-3. Yep, 5-3.
That ball took Jacoby to the hole, and he really had no other choice. Made a really nice play. And it's obviously a big thing for Columbus to get an out, try to get out of here, only giving up 1 or 2 runs.
So runners on first and second for the center fielder, Sully Perkins, who deposited one right over the light pole, or at the light pole right in left center field an inning ago. Home run here from Perkins would change the tone of this game completely. As it is, Dons hang on to a 2-run lead. And Perkins gets hit, the 4th walk in the inning for Emmett Konechny. So bases loaded again for the Falcons, and first baseman Marcus Kennedy. Kennedy walked in the 2nd inning. And that may have hit Kennedy, and it did. And we'll see now about the future of Emmett Konechny in this game. Manager Jared Kressel, it's already been out to the mound once. Another mound trip, we have a pitching change. It looks like that won't happen. And here's Luke Hoffman. And that was Spolstra who came in and touched the plate. 1-run game now here in Rosholt. Hoffman, strikeout victim last inning. 2 strikeouts for Emmett Konechny today. That now to go with 6 walks. The 1-1. That'll be hit off the fence in front of the Dons dugout. Greg Truttle down there coaching first base. Fires the ball back into Konechny. So ball and 2 strikes now to the third baseman, Luke Hoffman. Don's looking for the second out here in the inning. And they will not have an out here. That's going to get down. 1 hops to Nemitz. And that'll score 1. Diving back. And diving back in time was Perkins at third. And we are tied at 5. So, Coach, those walks coming in to hurt right now.
Yeah, you can't put people on base for free.
A designated hitter, Gage Glodowski. Looks at ball one. And one out in the inning. Bases still loaded. Third at bat here in the inning for the Falcons with the bases loaded. They have scored 3. We are tied at 5. Glodowski, a roller to first last inning. Outside and missed. And 3 balls and a strike with the bases loaded. 9-hitter here, Glodowski. And that misses high, and a run is walked in. The Falcons have taken their first lead today. And here comes manager Jared Krusselt, and that means we will have a pitching change here. And of who, we will find out in just a bit. We'll take a short break. Pitching change for the Dons right after this on Zaleski Sports.
Printer, Jam.
At House of Heating, making your home comfortable is our biggest priority. That's why we offer dependable HVAC solutions and quality work in central Wisconsin. Our pros are knowledgeable in a wide variety of services so you can feel confident in your results. They'll offer the support you need, whether it's putting in a modern HVAC system or working on and maintaining your current unit. Get in touch with House of Heating at 715-384-3163 or contact houseofheating.com. House of Heating, heating and cooling the air you breathe.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
All right, pitching change is made for the Dons. Devlin Timler, DH in lineup, will now come out to pitch. Bases loaded, still just 1 out. 4 runs across in the inning for the Falcons. They have taken a 6-5 lead off a barrage of walks led up by Emmett Konechny in the 3rd inning. Emmett moves to center. He replaces Alex Edwards. Edwards was not in the batting order and goes to the bench for Jared Krusselt. Here, as we continue the 3rd inning, it's going to be Ethan Pesky. The 9th batter of the inning for the Falcons, as again, this is unraveled a bit here on the Dons. So see if Timler can come in and right the ship. Staub Construction, a premier builder of municipal and industrial water and wastewater treatment systems in the Midwest. Staub Construction, a 100% employee-owned company. And Timler gets Pesky to wave at 1. Fly-out strikeout today for Pesky. But new pitcher for these Falcons to have a look at. Timler goes inside, throw down to 3rd, and they got him. Leaning was Marcus Kennedy, and Matt Konechny guns him down.
That's a big out.
Huge out. Bases loaded, no more. Runner taken off of 3rd in the 2nd out of the inning. Swing and a miss by Pesky. And Timler looking to bring the Dons back to the dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, 9th batter of the inning here is Pesky. Timler and the 1-2. Curveball stays outside. So Timler takes a look in and readies the 2-2. This one blasted foul. Thank goodness for the net there in the, the bullpen for the Falcons. So you can see why they have that netting there, because that was just ripped straight left. Blind spot for the pitcher throwing to a catcher in that bullpen. Nobody was in it now, but that's why the netting's there. The 2-2 again from Timler. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. So Matt Konechny erases the runner from third. Timler strikes out the final Falcons batter of the inning. But again, Amherst scores 4. They lead it 6-5 on Zaleski. Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
2023 was a year of change, innovation, building something new, and teamwork. The H&S legacy is evolving, and we're carrying it forward, designing equipment that helps farmers get the job done, looking ahead to the future of farming while staying true to the values that have brought us this far and made us who we are today. H&S, strong heritage, strong people, stronger future.
Saw a pitching change from the Dons in the bottom of the third. Top of the fourth brings a new pitcher for the Amherst Falcons. This is A.J. O'Brien coming in to pitch as Eli Bohm is sent into left field from the mound. Over to second goes Ethan Pesky. Those are the changes for the Falcons. Here as we roll into the top of the fourth inning, again, Amherst scores 4 in the bottom of the third. They lead at 6-5 here on Zaleski Sports. Jason Zaleski alongside state champion boys basketball coach Joe Konechny. Arts Body Shop has quality auto body and framework all since 1952. If you have an accident, let Mackey's 2024 Small Business of the Year give you a free estimate. Call Arts Body Shop on South Central Avenue in Marshfield. Last throwdown coming here from O'Brien. Nate Nemitz, Blake Jacoby, and Matt Konechny, 9-1-2 in the Dons order as Coach Dons look to answer back here in the fourth.
Yeah, and I think Devlin Tilmer did an amazing job coming in, getting 2 outs, and keeping this at a 1-run lead. And Columbus has a chance now to still win this game.
Yeah, as I said during the broadcast there in the third, Amherst 3 or 4 times had at-bats with bases loaded. And Mac kind of started that after the pitching change with erasing the runner at third. And here's a leadoff base hit for Nate Nemitz. Bottom of the order comes through for Columbus Catholic here in the fourth. So top of the order now, Blake Jacoby. Jacoby walked, and that walk was an RBI walk in the second inning. Flew out to left back in the first. Third at bat here in the fourth. Again, scheduled first pitch of the next one at 3 o'clock. We are likely not to hit that, but it will be Amherst and Rosholt to finish up today's triangular. Jacoby into left center field and racing on. Nearly overran it, did Bohm, but able to wheel back and bring it in for the first out of the inning.
Dons have had a few of those drop in today.
Yeah, wind steady. Not a strong wind, but it's steady, and it's been challenging these fielders just a bit here this afternoon. Catcher Matt Konechny, 2 for 2 here in this one, including a 2 RBI double back in the second. O'Brien starts him away. Long look in from O'Brien. And yeah, that certainly was a balk there, as a flinch from O'Brien. He was spending an awful lot of time looking at Nate Nemitz, and I think just got out of his mechanics there. So Nemitz will head to second on the balk.
Looked like he could not decide whether or not he wanted to throw over. And
Coach Bill Held will tell him when he comes back in the dugout. Listen, if that happens again, you just step off the rubber real quick. This one is hit to straightaway left field, and Bohm is there. That one hit right at him. Squared it up, but right at the left fielder, Bohm. And here is center fielder Emmett Konechny. As of now, on the hook for the loss in this one, but Don's looking to help out their teammate, score a couple runs here, get back on the leading side of it. Curveball, and fought it off, did Konechny. Emmett a long drive back in the first inning, but ended up being thrown out at second, trying to stretch that base hit into a double.
Don's had the 9-hitter reach base, and great opportunity to tie this game.
Yep, yeah, you're relying on the top of your order now to find a way. Here's 2 outs, and the 1-1 pitch from O'Brien. Another long look at Nemitz on the base paths, and that one bounces in for ball 2. O'Brien awfully concerned about Nate Nemitz on the bases right now. Took a long look at him a moment ago and balked him to second. Now took a long look there and skipped one into the catcher Spolstra. I think Nemitz likely not stealing third here. Curveball. This one bounced over to short, bobbled down the line, and he'll be safe. An error on the shortstop has the Dons with runners on the corners. Not the easiest play to make for sure, but a play that should have been made. And runners on the corners now for the cleanup hitter, Cy Becker. So the chance here to answer back continues for Columbus Catholic in the 4th. Noah Spolstra will set his defense. Defensive assignments are confirmed. What Spolstra is telling his guys there, hey, if it's bounced here, it's yours. If it's here, it's yours. Here's where you go. Who's covering the bag on a stolen base attempt. All those kind of things.
If you're Amherst, you don't really care about a base runner right now.
Maybe not. Yeah, you just want to deal with the batter Becker. O'Brien checks on Konechny at first. And the 1-0 to Becker. Fastball that misses low. So O'Brien, he's lost it here a little bit as this inning has went on.
That time of year where you're playing 4 or 5 games in a week and you just don't know what you're going to have on the mound.
Yeah, a lot going on, especially at school, right? Graduation's coming up. As Becker hits this one over to short. Another chance for Glodowski and makes good on that one as he fires over at Kennedy in time for the final out of the inning. We'll talk more about graduations and how school interferes with sports right after this on Zaleski Sports.
2023 was a year of change, innovation, building something new, and teamwork. The H&S legacy is evolving, and we're carrying it forward, designing equipment that helps farmers get the job done, looking ahead to the future of farming while staying true to the values that have brought us this far and made us who we are today. H&S, strong heritage, strong people, stronger future.
Bauer & Find has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Bauer & Find Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
Bottom of the 4th inning, Bohm, O'Brien, and Spolstra all due up for the Falcons as they lead at 6-5. Ag Country Farm Credit Services, a farmer-owned co-op offering a wide array of custom financing and financial services. Loans, leases, crop insurance, tax records, they have you covered. Contact Ag Country in Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield, and Medford. Jason Zaleski here alongside Joe Konechny. And Coach, it sounds funny, but it's a stage of life that these seniors are in on any of these athletic teams, where this time of the year, you mentioned they're playing a lot of games. Games got rained out, so we're squeezing them all in. Plus, they're planning for actual life events like graduation and who's going to whose graduation party and these things that are happening. There's all these other stuff that they need to sort through in their lives.
Yeah,
that can impact things out here sometimes.
I think it can, and I think part of it is just being able to block that stuff out and getting locked in the task at hand. And the Dons, I thought this morning looked pretty good. And this afternoon, this is one that they've probably left a lot on the table. They've given them a few extra outs on the bases, and then they've put a lot of guys on base for free, and then a couple timely hits, and next thing you know, you're in a ball game where maybe you could have had a 5-2, 5-1 lead.
And a leadoff walk issued to Eli Boehm here in the bottom of the fourth. This is how the third started. And more patient hitting from these Falcons batters. This pitcher A.J. O'Brien came in and pitched the fourth. Gave up 2 hits, but those Dons runners were stranded. And that was it for Columbus in the top of the inning. Two plate appearances for O'Brien today. No official at-bats. He was walked both times. And 2 balls, no strikes now to O'Brien. The quick free pass given to Boehm, and now O'Brien gets to be choosy here on the 2-0. That one missed high. Timler's going to rearrange the mound a little bit, take a deep breath, and need to come home with a strike here on a 3-0. And a 4-pitch walk given to O'Brien. Now the catcher, Noah Spolstra. Soccer action tonight in Marshfield. It's the Wisconsin Conquerors Football Club taking on the Kansas City Soul. Kickoff at 7 p.m. I'll be on the call from Hiding Community Stadium. That is what's called pre-professional soccer. Kind of similar to Northwoods League Baseball, where kids that are home from college that are looking to continue to play soccer during the summer get to do so. And it's a big-time league. Team coming in from Kansas City tonight. Probably actually came in last night. I know the Marshfield, Central Wisconsin-based team, they were in Missouri on Wednesday. So traveling around the country as we get a pitching change. Let's take a quick break here, Jack. We'll be back with that pitching change right after this on Zaleski Sports. Let your job journey begin at Express Employment Professionals. Find hundreds of employers looking for a candidate like you, all in one place at one time. And let Express Employment help connect you with your future career. With locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield, and Medford, you'll find local jobs right in your community, including direct hire and evaluation to hire opportunities. Express Employment specializes in light industrial, skilled trades, professional, and office careers. Begin your job journey today with Express Employment Professionals at expresspros.com.
Witness the difference of a Catholic education at Columbus Catholic Schools.
I think everyone should just know what makes this place special.
Come and see. That's just what the Lord always said, and put your toe in the water. They are great schools, and it's a good fit. I'd always want them to come and to just to feel the goodness and the family atmosphere.
I invite everyone just to come in and see what it's about and to see if it might be right for them and their family.
We invite you to schedule a tour today.
All right, pitching change is official for the Dons here in the fourth inning. In comes Blake Jacoby. He will move from his shortstop spot to the mound. Emmett Konechny comes back in from the outfield. He will move to short. From the mound to second base goes Devlin Timler, and Carson Eckes out to center field. There we go. Those are all the changes there as things shifting all around as manager Jared Kressel looking for the magic combination. Coach, we both thought that Timler came in, gave a good spark in that third inning, but that spark went away here in the fourth.
Yeah, and I think it's nice to see Blake back on the mound after 2 weeks of not being able to pitch. We mentioned the ankle earlier, but he was a key piece of their first 6-7 weeks of the season on the mound, and it's great to have him back out there.
So first pitch from Jacoby misses low and away. Runners on first and second. There were 2 walks to start the inning. Bohm on second. O'Brien is over at first. And again, this is the catcher, Noah Spolstra. And that one bounces in. Wild pitch will send Bohm to third and O'Brien to second. So overthrowing a bit there was Jacoby. Dons need to find a way to gather themselves up here a little bit. 3-0 to Spolstra. And strike called. Ball does get away from Konechny, but again, we're only about 12 feet from the tip of home plate to the backstop, so no real worries there. Thank you.
Thank you.
So get some refreshments here in the press box. Some cold water on a 80-something degree day. Strike called and full count now as Jacoby battles back against Spolstra. Full count pitch, bounces in, and 3 walks issued to the Falcons here in the fourth, has the bases loaded. Blake Jacoby just brought on to pitch, probably still getting warm on the mound. And again, number 3 you said is Cook for Amherst. Yeah, Cook will come and run for the catcher Spolstra. He'll come and put his shin guards and chest protector on in the dugout, get ready to catch the 5th inning. Nobody out for Amherst here in the 4th. Big opportunity developing for the Falcons. Shortstop Mike Gladowski reached and scored last inning. Strike pops the mid of Konechny from Jacoby. Good backhand pickup there by Mack. One ball, one strike. Foul off by Gladowski. Chance now for Jacoby and the Dons to deal with the hitter Gladowski on a 2-strike pitch.
When's the last time a Dons pitcher was ahead in the count?
Yeah, it's been a while, right? Here it is, though, now. And the 1-2. Bounced in. Gladowski not chasing. At this point, Coach, these Falcons hitters aren't going to chase anything. As Don's had troubles throwing strikes, they're looking for a pitch down the middle.
Right, and when you're ahead in the count, 2-0, 3-1, it's a lot easier to be a hitter than 0-2, 1-2.
So down 1-2 was Gladowski. He's now run the count full against Jacoby. And payoff pitch here with the bases loaded. Fouled up and over our location. Right here on the first base line. We're right above the Columbus Catholic dugout. A lot of noise made by those Dons players in that first game as they were all over Rosholt. Quieter dugout right now. Here's the full count again. And that one missed and a run walked in, and the Falcons lead it 7-5. RBI walk for Gladowski. Bohm comes in and touches home plate. Again, Jacoby was ahead 1-2, just not able to finish it off. Center fielder Sully Perkins. And Perkins into right field. Nemitz coming on, and that one is going to get by Nemitz. 1 run is in, and it'll be just the one, an RBI base hit from Sully Perkins. That ball died quickly out there. And the Falcons lead it 8-5. beat goes on for Amherst. Back-to-back innings now with multiple runs scored. Bases still loaded. Nobody out. And the first baseman, Marcus Kennedy. Fouled off by Kennedy. And as I said for Amherst, they were embarrassed last night at home by the visitors from Nakusa, and a good bounce-back effort here. If you're Amherst, this was kind of the fix you were looking for. And both teams, their last performances before Tuesday playoffs began, that ball with some wicked spin, I think actually rolled into fair territory twice on its way down the first baseline, but eventually spins foul. Alertly picked up by Becker while it was foul. I think that started fair, went foul, rolled back in, and when it hit the chalk, then it rolled back right again. So no balls, 2 strikes. So here we go again, Joe. Ahead in the count is Jacoby. Just looking for a way. It's our friend Mike Lennon who called yesterday's Amherst game. That was a 55-foot fastball. It's not going to get the job done.
In cricket.
Yeah, right. Different sport. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This one is lifted. Becker going back, still going back, and it's over his head. Score just the one as runners had to hold. Unsure if Becker was going to be able to chase that down, but that ball just kept going. Becker kept running, and an RBI base hit for Marcus Kennedy.
4 walks, 2 singles, and nobody out.
Fourth at-bat with the bases loaded. Yep, fourth at-bat with the bases loaded. This time it's Luke Hoffman. As the Falcons will run for their first baseman, Kennedy, you'll wonder if Kennedy would come in and pitch. Has Kennedy pitched at all this year, Jack? Jackson's here. Go ahead, just tell me.
Pinch runner, Carlson.
John Carlson, right? Hey, how did I know that, huh? John Carlson pinch running. Again, you take Kennedy off the base paths, you just wonder if that's maybe who's going to toe the rubber for Bill Held in the 5th inning. We'll find that out at some point. But for now, the third baseman, Luke Hoffman. Usually you don't take your first baseman off the base paths when he hasn't been taken off all season like that. Big rip there from Hoffman. Hoffman out of play. Blues Hair Studio. Check it out, gang. Spring has sprung at Blues Hair Studio on North Central Avenue in Marshfield. The stylists at Blues Hair Studio are ready to help you get the best look for spring. Book your appointment with Blues Hair Studio in Marshfield. I will be down there on Thursday, 9 o'clock. Got to get my spring into summer look. Snap throw by Konechny. Back in time is Carlson. And Carlson running for Kennedy. Though there is a bullpen right there for Amherst. Nobody's in it, so sometimes coaches have their reasons to make the changes. Kennedy, you think if he was coming in to pitch, might be warming up now, but he's not. Strikeout of Luke Hoffman, and the first out of the inning, that's a Jamie Wenzel Serve Pro strikeout. Call Jamie Wenzel at Serve Pro for the #1 choice on cleanup and restoration. Sometimes, Coach, the first is the hardest to get.
Yeah, and when it's the 7th batter of the inning, it's never a fun thing.
Gage Gladowski takes another big rip. Off-speed pitch, foul back, and quickly no balls, 2 strikes now on the DH, Gladowski. If you're manager Jared Kressel, you just hope it's just taken Blake just a couple at-bats here just to get warmed up and get into this one. But it's going to be, if the Dons have any say in this, it's going to be from the batter's box. Strikeout, and back into third safely is Mike Gladowski. But back-to-back strikeouts for Jacoby. Back-to-back Jamie Wenzel Surf Pro strikeouts. Call Jamie Wenzel at Surf Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Back-to-back innings now. The Falcons have batted around. Here's Pesky, the 9th batter of the inning. Comes up with 2 outs, just like he did an inning ago. And that was a Devlin Timler strikeout. Now Jacoby looking to get his Dons back in the dugout. Pesky, the leadoff hitter, looking for RBIs. Falcons lead it by 4, 3 across here in the 4th. Bases loaded with 2 outs. Low for a ball. One ball and a strike. High for ball 2. Folks watching up the hill, third base side, all the way into the parking lot, sitting on the beds of trucks up there, watching the ball game. Wild pitch, running in is Glodowski, and he will score. And the Falcons have hit double digits on the scoreboard. Runners now on second and third with 2 outs. 3 balls and a strike to Pesky. And Jacoby, the 3-1. Foul back, and count full now to Ethan Pesky. Again, Rosholt Amherst coming up after this. Rosholt players begin to gather in the bullpen, third base side, along with what looks like a group of girlfriends over there. Group of ladies, nonetheless. Getting ready to cheer on their Hornets. First pitch scheduled for 3 o'clock. That is likely not going to be the case. Be a little delayed for game 3. Full count to Pesky. Swung on and missed, strike 3. That's the 3rd time Ethan Pesky has struck out today. But the Falcons bat 9. They score 4, and they lead it 10-5 on Zaleski Sports.
Witness the difference of a Catholic education at Columbus Catholic Schools.
I think everyone should just know what makes this place special.
Come and see. That's just what the Lord always said, and put your toe in the water. They are great schools, and it's a good fit. I'd always want them to come and to just to feel the goodness and the family atmosphere.
I invite everyone just to come in and see what it's about and to see if it might be right for them and their family.
We invite you to schedule a tour today.
For over 50 years, the Dental Clinic of Marshfield has served the area with the talented expertise of a big city dentistry with a hometown feel. With our multi-specialty staff and board-certified periodontics and orthodontics, Dental Clinic of Marshfield has solutions for your family. We take pride in being in-network with an array of insurance companies to meet the needs of our communities and our patients. No matter what your dental need, the Dental Clinic of Marshfield will be there for you.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
All right, back here at beautiful Brooks Field, named after Hall of Famer the late Jack Brooks, one of the winningest active baseball coaches ever. And that was his passing about a year ago. We remember fondly our time spent with Coach Brooks here in Rosholt and all throughout the Central Wisconsin Baseball Conference. Another great day for baseball here in Rosholt today. Don's batting here. Top of the 5th inning, Carter Summer, Carson Eckes, Devlin Timler. Due up for the Dons. And hit sharply foul down the left field line. And A.J. O'Brien. Second inning of work here today. Eli Bohm today's starting pitcher for the Falcons. Summer today, ground out, fly out. And this one is going to get down into right center. A leadoff base hit for the Dons here in the 5th. So if you're down by 5, which the Dons are, this is what you're looking for. Just give me some base runners. Bill Held comes out of his dugout, just coaching them up all game long out here. Jared Kresselt's coming to talk to our umpire about a courtesy runner, and I'll bring in the best color man in the business. So give me number 8 for the Dons.
That is Ryan Burnick.
There we go.
A lot of these courtesy runners for Columbus look like whitetail fawns on opening day. They're a little skittish.
They are. A little young. A little young. Don't want to make any mistakes out there, right? You don't want to end up on the trailer of some guy's truck.
Right.
So here's freshman Carson Eckes, who has grown up on this baseball team this year. Really come along nicely. Early in the year over at Spencer was our player of the game. Seems like forever ago now. That Saturday game over at Spencer that day. It was one of our first sunny, no rain and not 40-mile-an-hour wind days of the season. It's been a very rainy, windy baseball season here in central Wisconsin. No snow. I don't believe we ever got snowed out this year, but plenty of rainouts. Field's too wet to play on. This is after a drastically dry winter, but the rain has caught up. Got farmland leased all around me, and they finally showed up on Thursday to till the fields. It's just been a late start for the farmers. Eckes just foul up the right field line. Had a bat on it a little bit early on the swing. Eckes looking to jump on the fastball from O'Brien. Pick up all your pets' favorites from Fleet Farm. Find everything from food and treats to toys and health products all under one roof. From all the brands you trust, dogs or cats, they've got you covered. Shop your pets' everyday essentials at Fleet Farm. Ball and 2 strikes to Carson Eckes. Lifts this one into left field. And Bohm under it for the first out of the inning. So fly out for the first out of the inning, and here comes Devlin Timler. And manager Bill Held in between every bat, coaching these guys up, repositioning, instructing, passing on his knowledge of the game. Thanks to our game day sponsors, Hawkins Ash, Draxler Transport, Woodfield Inn and Suites, and Rem's Funeral Home. Along with Columbus Catholic Schools. Brian misses, and Timler starts the at-bat with the ball. Devlin today, base hit and a run scored. The Dons looking for base runners. Dons have 8 outs to work with yet in this game, but if you're looking for a 5-run comeback, Coach, what I'm talking about here is I think you got to start kind of chipping away at it now.
Yeah, I think you just got to try to get on base and not make the next out.
Yep.
You're not going to get it all back with one swing.
So Summer, base hit to start the inning. Here's the 1-1 to Timler. Curveball misses inside. Wind picking up a bit, blowing, again, just about straight out. Home plate to center field. See the trees up the hill starting to sway a little bit more now. There's a chance for some late afternoon storms in the area. But almost nearly all blue skies right now. 2 balls and 2 strikes. O'Brien shakes off the first. takes a check on Bernick. And the 2-2. Fouled off by Timler. The Roshold Hornets in the batting cage now. Looking forward to taking on the Falcons coming up after this one. What did we say earlier? Roshold, the 5 seed in their group, starting on Tuesday. That's what we found out. Roller to first, diving stab there, out of the glove, and flip to O'Brien for the out. What a play there from Sully Perkins from his seat. Flips to O'Brien for the second out. That was well done. That eliminates Timler here in this inning, and now Ray Becker coming in. Fly out and ground out today for Becker. And strike called to Becker. Mutual of Wausau, insurance protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. O'Brien again checks on the base runner. Now will throw back. That'll chase Bernick back to the bag at second. Whole group of Dons fans line the first base side of the field. A number of them under a canopy, lawn chairs. Great day to be outside in Wisconsin, get some fresh air and some sunlight today. This one is fouled towards them, over them. Grandstands. About 30% full behind home plate. And again, people scattered under the trees up the hill in the shade. Meandering around. It's kind of a baseball thing to do. Just kind of walk around for a while. No balls and 2 strikes to Ray Becker. And Becker looks at strike 3, and that does it for the Dons. A leadoff base hit from Carter Summer is squandered as the Dons go down 1-2-3 after that. Bottom of the 5th coming up. It's the Falcons coming to bat on Zaleski Sports. The Sports Den, located on Marshfield's sunny south side since 1975. The Sports Den has the area's best selection of outdoor equipment. Find top brands of snowshoes, cross-country and downhill skis, snowboards, swimming equipment, skateboards, and more. The Sports Den has a full-service bike repair center along with top bike brands, Specialized, Trek, and others. The Sports Den is Central Wisconsin's fat bike headquarters. Visit the Sports Den in Marshfield Monday through Saturday and thesportsden.net.
After a couple years of a job that doesn't fit, it's time for more money, more opportunity. That is where Mid-State Technical College comes in. Would cooking be a good fit? Try on a career in welding. Perhaps the outdoors suits you better. Or maybe helping people is a better fit. No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options, making Mid-State the perfect fit.
Printer, jam.
All right, back here in Rosholtz. We're moved to the bottom of the 5th inning. Bohm, O'Brien, and Spolstra. This is the 3rd consecutive inning that the Falcons have started from the 2 spot in their order, and it has been productive those last 2 innings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 runs starting in the 2-hole of the last 2 innings for the Falcons as they are staked out to a 10-5 lead. Get Culligan water for only $9.95 a month the first 3 months. Visit CulliganH2O.com. So bottom of the 5th is underway. Blake Jacoby pitching here. Coach, I almost said Wayne Jacoby pitching. Yeah. I saw Wayne pitch. He's a little bit older than me, but I remember watching him play, and a very, very skilled ball player was Wayne back in the day. Kind of drew a crowd everywhere he went. He was a really good ball player. Swan over to second, and that'll be caught by Timler on the line for out number 1. So much better start here for the Dons in the 5th inning than they've had the last 2. So here's A.J. O'Brien. O'Brien has pitched well for manager Bill Held the last couple innings. Held the Dons to just 3 base runners over the last 2. Strike on the outside corner starts the at bat for O'Brien. And this one rolled over to third. Long throw across is off the mark. Becker dives to save O'Brien at first. But an error on the third baseman puts a runner on for the Falcons. So now the catcher, Noah Spolstra. It's exactly how it works. Yeah, he made a strong throw just up the line. That one fouled off by Spolstra. Freshmen, sophomore, juniors, most of these guys basketball players for you? Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a pretty good number. And almost all 3-sport athletes. I know I've seen them or called their names in the other sports as seeing eye single gets through for Spolstra.
Yeah, it's a small school where if you want to handle these things, then you'd be better athletes to play at least 2, hopefully 3.
Well, and I've said that. I don't know how many of my broadcasts you ever listen to. Hopefully not many, because it may not be that great of an experience. But what I've talked about is that at the small school, it's all hands on deck.
Correct.
Yeah,
and
it's got to be.
You have to have coaches that work together, and I think if you get a group of seniors like we have now that like to compete, it can be game changing for multiple programs. And I think they've been kind of an example of how the competitiveness of one can carry over to the other.
Yep, as is the case at Columbus Catholic, Amherst, Rosholt, all 3 teams competing here. It's an all-hands-on-deck situation at all 3 of those schools. Fouled off by Glodowski.
Baseball's a funny thing, though. It's, in my opinion, probably the hardest to coach and the most mentally difficult to play.
The 0-2 from Jacoby is ripped down the left field line. That's fair. That's going to be trouble. Here comes O'Brien. He will score. And a late stop sign being put up for Cook. He was originally waved around. Bill Held put up a very late stop sign. It's an RBI double for Mike Ledowski. Yeah, Coach, the failure rate is so high in this sport of baseball.
I think a lot of young people don't like to fail.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a lot of parents that don't like to watch their children fail.
Mm-hmm.
And as a result, you see a lot of youth baseball players not last real long. But the ones that do, I think it's a level of mental toughness they learn that you learn rarely in other places. Basketball, you don't have to shoot it. You can pass the ball. Baseball, 3-4 times a day, it's you against that guy, and somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose, and sometimes that's not an easy thing.
Wild pitch brings home Cook. 12-5 Falcons. Yeah, a 220 Major League Baseball average gets you an 8-year career.
It does.
Yeah. So that's just the way the sport is.
If you hit 300 or 400, you're considered a pretty good player.
Yeah.
But that requires you to fail 2/3 of the time.
Yep.
We live in a society where that's not real fun.
Sully Perkins looks to bunt, fouls it straight back. 7-run lead. Falcons maybe looking to bunt one home here. Or speaking of failure, maybe it's something Coach Bill Held thinks Sully's not very good at, so let's see if you can put one down here. Well, we have a 7-run lead, and maybe it wouldn't be the worst thing if it didn't work out for you, but let's at least practice it. You know, I was told years ago, bunting, the sport, bunting just a lost art. You just don't see it anymore. Throw down and chase back to the bag is Glodowski. Columbus dugout thought maybe as Glodowski was getting back up, that tag was applied. But runner ruled safe. The 3-1, Perkins, and what's the ruling here? Foul ball, okay. Yeah, there's some talk here. Did it hit his hands? And okay, turn our field microphone up there. Sometimes we were able to get a conversation with our umpire in that first game about a balk, no call. Not much conversation there. Just a foul ball. Full count. Perkins pulls it back and goes down looking. So Perkins not able to get the bunt down. And apparently that learning mission on the bunt needed for Sully Perkins. It didn't quite come through on it. Here's the first baseman, Marcus Kennedy. But first, manager Jared Kressel's going to come out and make a pitching change, it looks like. We're going to get a pinch hitter, but before that, what are we going to get? We're going to get a pitching change. We'll take a commercial break. Back with that change right after this.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, how can I help you?
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken has been voted best pizza in Marshfield 15 years in a row. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken is ready for your call now at 715-384-8118. Choose Drunken Chicken, BLT, Western, mac and cheese, sweet chili chicken, and more. Plus, Scotty's has roasted chicken, fish, sandwiches, salads, and desserts. Scotty's Pizza. Some of these songs, I don't know. They've been loaded on here for so long, not sure. John Carlson will bat for the Falcons. Cy Becker coming in to pitch now for Columbus Catholic. He gives some late hand signs there to Bernick over at third. Probably tell, hey, young fella, watch for me here. I might throw over there. And strike called. Coach, tell us about Cy's history here. He had the injury a couple of years ago. Tell us about what it's taken for him to get back to the pitching mound here this year.
Well, he broke his arm in youth basketball probably 7 years ago, and it was a bad break. A lot of metal put into the arm to keep it in place, and was a really good pitcher growing up, and remained so until about the end of his sophomore year. I think he pitched at the state tournament for a while in the semifinals in 2022, but then he didn't pitch again until earlier this season. So not at all last year and not at the first part of this year. But he's looked really good when he's been out there. Kind of a reminder of what he was 2 years ago and what he could work back to, hopefully, for the playoffs.
Okay, again, playoffs start on Tuesday. Columbus Catholic hosts Plum City Elwood, 5 p.m. That's at Safford Field at the campus of Marshfield Senior High School. So Marshfield had a game scheduled at Hackman, and they had kept that schedule. Playoff assignments, you make that schedule. Playoff assignments aren't known. We don't know. We didn't know until Wednesday, just a few days ago, who was going to be who, as Becker comes in and strikes out Carlson, and that ends the 5th inning. 2 across for the Falcons here in the 5th. 5 in the books. Amherst leads 12-5 on Zaleski Sports.
I had an employee at once ask me to prioritize family, faith, and business. And I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
Chili Implement, located just west of Marshfield in Chili, is your Kubota dealer in central Wisconsin. Big or small, Chili Implement has all the best equipment waiting for you. From farm tractors to lawn care, plus work and have fun in a Kubota side-by-side. Choose Chili Implement for your parts and service too. Chili Implement, open Monday through Saturday to serve you and 24/7 online at chiliimplement.com. All right, back here to Rosholt. Jack Rosicki producing for us said, "Are you ready?" I said, "No," as in there's too many defensive changes out here. I probably would never be ready, but see if we get through a few of them here. Sully Perkins playing first base. Marcus Kennedy now playing at second base. Gladowski still at shortstop. He's number 2. Hoffman at third. Okay, so just a right field defensive change. Getting some guys some different viewpoints on the baseball diamond here in a 7-run baseball game. Nate Nemitz, Blake Jacoby, and Matt Konechny due up here for the Dons in the 6th. Same situation as the 5th, looking for base runners down by 7. Need a few, and Nemitz will get one. That ball able to find its way into right field. And Dons lead off with a base runner. They did, though, coach in the 5th inning, and then fly out, ground out, strikeout. Looking for something better here as we move to the top of the order in Blake Jacoby.
Yeah, well, that seems like it was about yesterday, so maybe it's a new day this year.
Well, that's what the Dons are hoping for. Looking to mount a comeback. Falcons looking to shut it down. Second consecutive game for Columbus Catholic. I think back, though, to that 4-1 lead. We kind of talked about it back in that second inning, and the concern today is on a warm day, playing 2 games. You have enough gas to make it through that second game.
Well, I think the Dons have handed out 12 walks.
Yeah.
They've given up 12 runs.
O'Brien looks in at Jacoby and now throws over to first. And I believe Nemitz just got picked off of first. He did. So Nate Nemitz picked off of first base. And the leadoff base runner, like it never even happened. Just the way this one's gone for the Dons,
yes,
I think.
That's how it's gone right there.
Outside for a ball. Ball and a strike. Out of the windup now, O'Brien. And Jacoby hammers this one. Straightaway center. Wind pushes it back, but chasing it all the way down is John Carlson in center field. 350 to straightaway center. That went about 340. But Carlson right on it from the crack of the bat. The catcher, Matt Konechny. Sternweiss & Sons Ready Mix Block Plant of Marshfield. Now hiring boom truck and concrete truck drivers. Be home every night. Work for the hometown team at Sternweiss & Sons. If it's time for you to make a change, apply today at the Wren Road Ready Mix location. Sternweiss & Sons of Marshfield. Of course, that Sternweiss location right across the street from Marshfield Country Club, where I believe that even out there they grow some huckleberry in the ditch. It's right between the two on Wren Road. Be a great place to grow some huckleberry if you knew how. And to my understanding, the Columbus Catholic Athletic Department later on today will receive a $500 donation.
Yes, I believe we will.
Which is always welcome. Mac today, single, double, flyout. Chops this one foul. Chance for manager Jared Kressel to make a play, but he goes the other way. He's got his head in the game. He's not about shagging down foul balls. That's for the kids to do. 2 balls and a strike to Konechny. Bounces in. Chance now for Mack to look for a fastball on 3-1. There's O'Brien with the pitch. Off-speed pitch and a 2-out walk. And the Dons again with the base runner here in the 6th inning. And we'll get a runner, and that is Drew Lang. Lang will run for the catcher, Konechny. Home plate umpire taking some notes. Make sure he's got the lineup card to his satisfaction before we bring Emmett Konechny to the plate. And card put back in the front pocket, and we're ready. O'Brien fires low. Throw over, and diving back is Lang. Yeah, Ruby checking in online along with Dave watching from Bowler. North of Rosholt by, 45 minutes, maybe half hour. I'm not exactly sure. North of here, though. And a pass ball is going to send Lang down to second. So runner in scoring position now with 2 outs. Coach, who's our hitter here?
Emmett Konechny.
Well, it is Emmett. Okay, well, he's lost his right sleeve, so that threw me off. He had that white sleeve for the whole season, but has gone without the sleeve here in the 6th. Holds up his swing, and it's 3 balls and no strikes to Konechny. You know, baseball players are sometimes a superstitious group. Maybe if you're behind, you change your equipment, so hoping that'll turn things in your favor. The 3-0. And a walk. And a pair of base runners now for the Dons here in the 6th. Manager Bill Held looks to his dugout, and he's going to send Greg Trudell out to check in with A.J. O'Brien. And it'll give us time to tell you that Express Employment has your next career in mind. Locations in Wausau, Stevens Point, and Marshfield. No matter where you are in central Wisconsin, save yourself some time and find your next employer at expresspros.com. Again, first pitch, Amherst and Rosholt, scheduled for 18 minutes from now. So you'll be delayed on that game. If that's the game that you're looking for, this broadcast will end, and that new broadcast will launch about 10-15 minutes before first pitch, right here on this channel. But this broadcast will end before the new one begins, so you'll need to back out and go take a break for a little bit in between games like we will. There's Cy Becker, and Becker a strike at the knees. And Becker takes one in the rear end, and we are full of Dons on the bases. So here is
Ryan Burnick.
Ryan Burnick. There we go. Burnick came in for Carter Summer an inning ago. And Burnick now with an RBI chance here in the 6th inning. 2 outs, bases loaded. Swing and a miss from Bernick. Wanted to attack. First pitch fastball from O'Brien. And fouled back. O'Brien quickly in front. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 to Bernick. That one missed low. Roshold Hornets continue to stir behind the third base dugout. Looking to get back on this field after losing game 1 to these Dons. That was a 11-1 final, if I had that right. Count even now at 2 apiece. Bernick looking to put one in play here. 2 outs, bases loaded. Top of the 6th inning. And does just foul, though, so not quite in play. But good rip. Anyway.
Yeah, his first career hit over in Greenwood on Thursday.
Okay. Well, looking for first career RBI here. And O'Brien wants a new ball. He didn't like the idea that one, where it went, something about it. But the ball's going to go in the umpire pouch anyway, and the next foul ball, he might get it right back. And I bet, like a blind taste test, he would have no idea. Something about that one he didn't want. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Bernick. Swung on and missed for strike 3. And the chance for the Dons here in the 6th inning comes to an end. They leave 3 on. Move to the bottom of the 6th inning. Your score remains Amherst 12, Columbus Catholic 5 on Zaleski Sports.
Hi, I'm Shai from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step, because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
Join us for Marshfield's Dairy Fest. Friday, May 31st is the Mayor's Breakfast, 5:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. At 5 p.m., head to Columbia Park for family-friendly entertainment. Also, enjoy free live music at the Wenzel Family Plaza. Saturday, June 1st, the parade starts at 11 a.m. In the afternoon, the Pie and Ice Cream Social is at Upham Mansion. Nuts Deep 2 will be hosting outdoor beverage garden with live music. For more information, visit marshfieldchamber.com. All right, bottom of the 6th inning. Luke Hoffman, Gage Gladowski, and Ethan Pesky all due up, but we've seen some changes from manager Bill Held, so we'll see. As Rachel at home says, time will tell on that one. 12-5, 7-run lead here in the 6th inning for the Falcons. Abysmal loss last night from Amherst. Far in the rearview mirror now. Minus any kind of Don's comeback in the 7th inning. And who knows? Hoffman, big swing and a miss as Cy Becker begins his first full inning of work here today. Came on with an out. I believe came out with 1 out an inning ago. Hoffman. Roller over to second, and throw is in time. Eckes to Timler for the first out of the inning. There's Gage Gladowski. Coach, talking to your 5 seniors on Wednesday night in Loyal, they were looking forward to the playoffs, but they're looking forward cautiously. They told me it's a really talented group in your section come playoff time on Tuesday.
It is. I think there are 5 or 6 teams that are probably capable of getting to state and winning a game or 2. You look at Bangor and Pittsville and Blair Taylor and then Columbus and Oliva Strum.
Bangor,
to have all 5 of those in the same group is really kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, Bangor is undefeated. Pittsville, Columbus Catholic, right now, just with 1 loss on the season. Oliva Strum, a sectional final team from a year ago, got a few losses this year, but you're right.
Yeah, it's frustrating, I'm sure, for the coaches to feel like you have a team that could make a run, and then for the WIAA to put all 5 in the same group. It's one of those things you wish you understood what the process was, but you can only control what you can control and try to win some games.
So 1-out walk given to Gage Gladowski. And due up, and it is Ethan Pesky. Pesky a fly out and 3 strikeouts today. Looking to get things right here on this at-bat against Cy Becker. Well, enrollments continue to change. Most going down, but enrollments continue to change, and those map boundaries then continue to change as they try to keep things geographically divided up across the state. We looked at Division 4 in this same division, Section 2, where Gibraltar is the 1 seed, Pacelli's the 2. Both teams have struggled a bit this year. And Iola Scandinavia, with a losing record on the season, is the 3 seed in that group. So that just to compare the two, right?
Right,
yeah.
And then you look at the number of teams in each region. I could see where if it was full, geography would be the deciding factor. But when you got teams getting byes, 14 in one, 12 in another, why is a certain school that's in the center of the state placed in a certain place? It would be interesting to see how they decide. Now, I know in basketball it's always been a hot topic too. How does Milwaukee and Wisconsin Lutheran play in the sectional final 3 years in a row?
Yeah.
Now this year they're in different sections. 10, 15 years ago, Edgar Stratford played a state football championship game. So, I personally would love to see the best teams all down at state. It seems like some years we do things to make that happen, and some years we don't.
Here's Pesky to center field, and that one is dropped out there. And an error in center field will give the Falcons a pair of base runners here in the 6th. That ball hit high in the air, and Konechny got under it, just couldn't quite bring it in. So first time on base for Ethan Pesky today. And Eli Boehm now. Yeah, basketball-wise, you mentioned Pewaukee, now a Division I team, along with Wisconsin Lutheran. So they, performance factor, you start to see the results of that. Football teams. Manager Bill Held looking for a courtesy runner. And he's going to run for Gladowski. So you're seeing football and basketball teams now being, due to their success in the postseason, being sent to different divisions. That ruling coming from, or new rule in Wisconsin, taking place 2 years ago. And it takes 2 seasons worth of playoff performance to decide if you've been too successful and no longer remain in that division that you statistically belong in. So
but there is an appeal process.
There is. We saw one appeal go through. Yeah, one of about 15. So not a great chance to win that appeal. And that was Albany Monticello girls basketball. And we still haven't got a clear answer on what the extenuating circumstances were, and the association doesn't have to give a rationale. They just give their decision, and that's that. They don't owe us anything, I guess, especially if you ask them. Say we don't owe you an answer.
No, they do not.
3 balls and no strikes to Boehm, and strike called at the letters for strike 1. It's an internal review, and it's labeled that for that very reason. Reasons are kept internally. 3-1, and a walk, and the bases are loaded for the Falcons, and that has been something I've said a lot here today. So A.J. O'Brien, and just for Point of clarification, no outs in the inning. If there were a couple outs, I probably wouldn't bring this up, but with no outs.
I think we had a ground out first batter of the inning. There should be one.
I'm sorry, you're right. Yep. Do we have one out on our scoreboard? We do. Okay. So, all right, sorry. Okay, well, with one out, still bring it up anyway. 10-run rule is in effect after the 5th inning, so the game concluding run is Eli Bohm at first base right now. So just to say that, get that out there. People at home are aware of what might happen. But Don's looking to get out of this and give themselves another at-bat here today. Two balls, no strikes to O'Brien. Fouled and nearly clips the on-deck hitter Noah Spoelstra. He hit that almost directly behind him. Graduation at UW Stevens Point today. So some of these ball players may have family or friends graduating. They may have other things to do after this game. Go check that out or head out to a graduation party. I don't know, you get to college, not really many parties, but sometimes you'll head down to your favorite watering hole afterwards. A restaurant or something. Graduation party, more a high school thing, but a lot of parties in college just in general. Here's a 3-1 coming from Becker. And walked in a run, did the Dons. So the 13th run of the game comes across the plate. RBI walk for O'Brien. And the catcher, Noah Spoelstra. Spoelstra has reached all 4 at-bats here today. And I think back to a big double to the wall he had back in the 1st inning. Just put a real blast on it. And a couple batters later, Sully Perkins a home run today. One strike pitch to Spoelstra outside for ball 1. Big rip from Spoelstra, swings through it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Falcons scored 4 in the 3rd, 4 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 1st. 13 today. 1 here in the 6th. There you go, there's 13. I'm like, hang on here. That equaled an even number. 1 in the 6th, there we go, there's 13. 2-2. Spoelstra hits this one high. Mack backing up and makes the catch in foul territory for a big second out. If the Dons are looking to get back in the dugout here and take another at-bat, that was a big out. So here is Mike Gladowski. Gladowski's reached 3 times, scored twice. You may have heard manager Jared Kressel there encouraging his guys, saying they may have to get some dirt here. Ground ball, got to dig it out. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Another big swing from these Falcons hitters here today. Had a dramatic ending last night up in Schofield. DC Everest, a walk-off in the 8th inning over Wausau East, 3-2 winners. Those highlights on Facebook right now at Zaleski Sports. Fouled back by Gladowski. Coach, it was a walk-off error.
I hate to see that.
Yeah, not quite as dramatic as a walk-off hit, but yeah, throw down to third, one awry. A runner comes in to score, and Everest wins it in the 8th. Here's the 2-2. Fouled back, staying alive is Glodowski. And a whole family tree of Glodowskis from the Amherst area the last 20 years or so. This one here is Mike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dons looking to get back to the dugout. Off-speed pitch, and they do. Becker gets Glodowski swinging. Jamie Wenzel, Serve Pro strikeout. Call Jamie Wenzel as Serve Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restorations. Last call for the Dons right after this on Zaleski Sports.
It's Milwaukee Spring Demo Days at Hiller's True Value in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center. Find huge savings, store-wide promotions, hourly giveaways, and a brat fry on Friday and Saturday. Receive a free M18 Fuel Bear tool when you purchase a 2-pack of M18 6.0 batteries. And purchase any Milwaukee tool and get 5% back instantly. During Milwaukee Spring Demo Days, 2 days only, Friday and Saturday, May 17th and 18th. At Hiller's True Value in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC, and I am standing in our all-new Express Lane. Open now, no appointment necessary. Stop on in and get things like oil changes, filters, quick lubes. No appointment necessary. See you soon.
And we are back here at Rosholt. Beautiful Brooks Field, named after the late Hall of Famer Jack Brooks, one of the winningest active baseball coaches when Coach Brooks passed about a year ago. Remember many great times with Coach Brooks here in Rosholt and around central Wisconsin over the years. And Rosholt giving Jack Brooks the recognition he deserved, no doubt about it, naming the field after him. Carson Eckes, Devlin Timler, and Ray Becker due up for the Dons. Dons need 8 here in the 7th. They have not scored since the 3rd. Dons scoring 1 in the 1st, 3 in the 2nd, and 1 in the 3rd. And at that point, we had a 4-1 ball game and looking pretty good for the Dons, but they flattened out after that. Walks, a couple of defensive miscues, and just some good at-bats piled up by the Falcons here today, making sure they got pitches they were looking for. And when the Dons pitching started to falter, the Falcons hitters got really choosy and able to walk around the bases for the most part here today. Eckes down the right field line and just foul by about 18 inches.
Eckes has been a bright spot in what's been an otherwise not so bright performance.
Yep, 2 for 3 today. The base hits coming in the 2nd and 3rd innings. Played well defensively today, too. Allowed out back in the 5th on a fly ball to left field. A ball and a strike to the freshman Carson Eckes. A.J. O'Brien looking to shut it down here and put the Falcons back in the win column. Eckes into the concession stand, where we have lightened their load by a couple of cheeseburgers, some French fries, some drinks. Jack probably going to head back down there one more time, I would bet. I would, but I got to jet out of here, get back to Marshfield for soccer action. Again, 7 o'clock kickoff. Wisconsin Conquerors Football Club taking on the Kansas City Soul. As Eckes goes down looking. Other games on Zaleski Sports today as well. Pacelli and Aquinas, game 2 of their baseball doubleheader just started a little bit ago. Eau Claire Memorial, DC Everest as well. They first pitch came at 2 o'clock for those 2 games. And then again after this, the fun's not done here in Rosholt. It's Amherst and Rosholt wrapping up the triangular about 30 minutes after the finish of this one. So at this point, first pitch looking somewhere between 330 and 340. Depending on what the Dons decide to do here with this at-bat in the 7th. Timler off the handle, slow roller, left side. Throw across is going to bounce once and mishandled at first. And a base runner here for Columbus Catholic in the 7th. I got an error on the third baseman there on the one-hop throw. Manager Bill Held looking for his third baseman to make a stronger throw than that.
Would have been a nice play. He's on the run a little bit.
Yep. Ray Becker. On this network anyway, Ray Becker gave us our first What's Up, Brother? About a month ago on a post-game interview. You know about this, Coach? What's up, brother?
I saw it. I don't know what it means. I've never seen the guy. Well, I'm not a big Instagram.
You don't get into the social media frenzy?
I don't. I try not to be on there, to be honest with you. It drives me crazy.
This is a guy, I don't know if he lives in Houston or something like that. Anyway, he plays Madden on the video games and records himself, broadcasts it out on something.
And people watch videos of other people playing Madden?
Oh, like you can't believe. All kinds of games. Whatever video game it is.
Can I ask,
right?
And that's fun?
I can't tell you. I do not do that.
Oh, okay. We found one under 20 that doesn't like it.
It just seems like one could spend their time more constructively, but
okay, so she's saying it's more guys doing this kind of nonsense. A blooper into right field for Becker, and the throw comes into the infield. I don't know if right fielder is hoping he can make a play at first, but blooper for Becker. So let's see, Nate Nemitz coming up. So
I think we got Drew Lang.
Thank you, Drew Lang batting in the 9 spot. So he calls himself Sketch. This guy.
Sketch.
Yeah. Sketch is all full of energy. I would tell you he'd be a good addition on your bench come basketball season or in the student section, the bleachers. He has all kinds of energy. Sketch is, and somehow he made these comments during the game, and it all kind of included "What's up, brother?" That's kind of maybe something he says a lot, I guess. And the other part of it was he talked about special teams, special plays, special players. That's what he said. He was talking smack to whoever he was playing against on the video game online.
But as a society, we have gone from playing outside to playing video games.
Yeah, and being entertained by it.
So now we're watching videos of other people playing video games.
To other people playing, yeah. And enjoying it. Like, these kids are really enjoying it. Now, we were told it's just guys, just boys that do this. Girls want nothing to do with that. We were just told.
Oh, that makes me really, really confident in the future of our civilization.
Well, I'll tell you, if the girls are in charge, maybe we're better off. Maybe that's not such a bad idea. Strike called to Lang. So, and then this, over the last month, it's taken the world by storm. Sketch actually ended up on the draft stage in Detroit, picking for somebody, Houston.
Really?
So the NFL invites him to name a pick like in the 5th round or something for the Texans. Hit by pitch? No, a walk. Well, either way, it was the 4th ball. So bases loaded. So, all right, something happening here. Not done yet.
You only got 1 out.
So 1 out, bases loaded, and the shortstop, Blake Jacoby. Yeah, so young Ray comes up and after he says he's in the house and he turns the camera and says, "What's up, brother?" Your baseball coach is into this too.
Nice.
So
it's good to know.
It's team bonding, camaraderie. And that right there, Joe, is all I know about it. There could be more, maybe, probably. I don't know anything else about it. I do not watch this fella play video games.
I'll talk more about it next broadcast.
Okay, Jack will talk about it, so you can listen on your drive home.
I'll listen on the way home.
Yep. Jacoby looks at a strike on the inside half. Count even at 1 apiece. Blake today, reached and scored in the second inning. An RBI base hit as well in that at-bat in the second inning. 3 flyouts aside from that. O'Brien fires high. Manager Bill Held doesn't want to have to use another pitcher here. We've got a game coming up. Wants O'Brien to be able to finish this one off. Just never know how many pitchers you're going to need in that next game. But O'Brien starting to lose it a little bit here in the 7th. He's got Jacoby on a 3-1 count. And the minds in the Falcons dugout continue to talk about what's happening out here. And Jacoby, chance, flip to short for 1. The turn is in time. Double play will end it. 4-6-3 for the Falcons, and that does it here in this one today. 13-6, your final score. Amherst Falcons move their record to 13-9 overall. This the second loss of the season for the Dons. They drop to 14-2. Again, next stop for Columbus Catholic, a playoff home date against Plum City Elwood on Tuesday, 5 p.m. at Safford Field in Marshfield. Again, this broadcast is going to end now. Jack Rosicki back on the call in about a half hour. Amherst and Rosholt. We'll see you then.